va pas commencer sans YouTube. Bonsoir YouTube, on n'allait pas du tout commencer sans toi. On t'a pas oublié, ne t'inquiète pas. Allez, on y va. On est déjà à 18 heures de jeu ou... Non, non, c'était à 17h54 qu'on a enregistré. Ok. Bon alors, où est-ce qu'on en était? On était en train d'explorer un immeuble au nord du Caillou. On était en train d'explorer totalement un immeuble. On allait aller parler à la grand-mère qui nous avait dit barrez-vous, moi je fais rentrer personne. Allons voir ce qu'ils savent. Dans cet immeuble se trouve un homme qui aurait tout vu du meurtre. Donc on était à la recherche de cet homme. On avance un peu dans la quête. On avance un peu dans la quête principale, même si on digresse beaucoup. Regardez-moi ce nombre de quêtes qui la moitié n'ont rien à voir avec le jeu. Et demain, on va dévorer le reste de la map. Église, cabane des pêcheurs, front de mer Martinez. Ça va être très marrant. Arnett. Voilà. Nicham est appuyé contre un bal. Les articulations aussi blanches que les os. Elle semble éprouver des difficultés à respirer. Souffle-t-elle en éternuant dans un mouchoir crasseux. Vous voulez que j'appelle un médecin? Ça va pas long, juste quelques questions. Bah ça commence bien, tiens. Elle se met à tousser ses joues rouges. Ah, il y a beaucoup de choses.
What do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Du coup, c'est trop fort. Le jeu, il est trop fort là, d'un coup. Voilà. Parle fort le jeu. Alors, qui êtes-vous?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Vous travaillez ici, madame? Vous vivez ici plutôt?
If you can call it living.
Elle crache sur le sol, appuyez sur avant de se l'essuyer avec un balai.
Right next to the coal room.
La réserve à charbon? C'est là qu'on y a vu la gamine, non?
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
Ok, madame.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Elle cherche un jeune homme à la vingtaine, cheveux foncés, lancé un fumeur au balcon.
I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil.
Regarde de l'autre côté du couloir.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
Du calme, je veux juste lui parler. Vous savez où il vit? Il est recherché pour meurtre. Il va finir sa vie derrière les barreaux. La loi, c'est moi. Elle se met à rire, mais soudain se transforme en une toux violente. Elle se cramponne à son balai, cherchant à reprendre son souffle.
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28.
Appartement
Go
28.
to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Quels sont ceux de ses appartements?
Ask away, policeman.
Vous savez qui habitait dans l'appartement qui a été saisi qu'on a visité en toute fin de live de mardi.
The hell am I supposed to know?
La femme de ménage sur l'épaule, la bouche plissée telle une figure desséchée. Encore un cinglé, j'imagine. Pourquoi il y a un trou dans le mur de l'appartement abandonné?
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
Que pouvez-vous me dire sur Cindy, la gamine qui porte des vêtements de grand-mère?
Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
C'est tout, merci.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Merci, ça sera tout. Merci, merci. Un peloton d'exécution pour les riches. Appartement numéro 8, la boîte aux lettres déborde. La porte numéro 9 est verrouillée. Là, qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Allez frapper à toutes les portes en mode police!
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
C'est la police! Ouais!
Do I have to open the door?
Percevez des claquements de talons, tandis que les pas avancent vers la porte. Sa voix indique qu'elle est à présent sur la défensive.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Oh là là, ils sont méfiants, hein. Ils sont vraiment méfiants les gens.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
C'est vrai. Mais je peux juste parler aux gens. Hein.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Examinez le
It's a
cadenas.
solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Frappez.
No reply.
La pince coupante. Est-ce qu'il va être content l'autre?
This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls.
Ah, on aurait
to the
raté,
floor
bon, on aurait eu
with a
l'air con.
thud.
After you, detective.
Parce qu'il a rien dit. Kim, ça le gêne pas qu'on rentre comme ça dans un appart. Ah bah oui, mais c'est c'est communiste. Un pasteur flamand d'une étoile blanche, une vraie lithographie. Des photos de révolutionnaires posant avec leurs armes. Ça, c'est la tête de
A plaster cast bust
Krasnazov.
depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads
Karl Marx.
Krasnazov.
C'est Karl Marx. Oh là, regardez, il y a la tête de Karl Marx, quoi, en sculpture.
Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Pourquoi ce collecteur possède-t-il un buste de Krasnazov dans sa chambre? Qui admettait que ce Krasnazov est mon portrait tout craché? Salut la statue.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm.
C'est pas genre le mur pour inspecter les photos de révolutionnaires.
There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Qui m'a admetté que ce Krasnazov est mon portrait craché?
Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasnazov?
Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'on n'a pas arrêté de le faire chier pour lui dire c'est peut-être moi, Krasnazov. Je ne néglige aucune piste. Non, c'est une pure coïncidence. Je dis pas que je suis Krasnazov, je dis juste qu'on se ressemble.
Sure you are.
Allez, quoi, jouer le jeu, vous voyez pas la ressemblance?
Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns. But it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you.
Comment savez-vous? De toute façon, ce buste n'est rien de plus qu'une représentation fantasmée. Là, ce buste le montre tel qu'il était avant qu'il ne se mette à boire.
Ah, very well. Let's look for identifying features then. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you?
J'en sais rien, je vois pas mon visage.
Alright, but here's the big thing. Krasnazov looks Samaran, and you don't.
Moi aussi, je suis à moitié samarin.
Okay, you win. Be Krasnazov then. I don't care.
Il en a marre, en mode, ouais, c'est bon, allez, c'est bon, allez.
Why are you so hell-bent on proving that you're Krasnazov anyway?
Parce que je suis un communard. Parce que je suis persuadé qu'un État-nation puissant est le seul moyen de défendre les classes ouvrières contre les bas individus. Parce qu'il recherchait vraiment la stabilité et l'essor progressif tout comme moi. Parce que c'était un vrai gangster, un braqueur de banque à la poursuite de montagnes de fric, c'est tout à fait moi. Bah oui, tout à fait. Parce que je suis un communard. Parce que je suis persuadé qu'un État-nation puissant est le seul moyen de défendre les classes ouvrières contre les bas individus.
I think you have misunderstood who he was, but if you say so. Hold on a second. Sure you are. Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns, but it seems like old Kras. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? Alright, but here's the big thing. Krasnazov looks Samaran. Okay, you. Why are you so hell-bent? Alright, Kras. You fought in the revolution and everything, if you say so. The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Les révolutionnaires adorent poser avec leurs armes. Je gagne plein de trucs. Le suicide de Krasnazov. Mauvais buzz. Ça me donne moins 1 de rhétorique le temps de l'apprivoiser. Une chose que vous n'arrivez pas à vous extraire du crâne. Krasmazov, le père du communisme scientifique, le premier ministre du parti communiste de Chest et du Grand Da durant la révolution intérieure, chef du gouvernement des 11 jours, avec ses favoris et sa barbe emblématique, se serait tiré une bastos dans la bouche et il est mort. Un bon jour dans son cabinet, alors que le monde s'écroulait autour de lui, il aurait abandonné. Niveau propagande, on fait mieux. Soit un vrai communiste, fais-toi sauter la cervelle. Il y a quelque chose là-dedans qui vous dérange. Ah. Oui, bon, j'ai plus de points là. Fumeur au balcon. Ok. Terminé. On a terminé une. Dérive sur la théorie critique des monstruosités du capitalisme, etc. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans le placard? Une balle de 9 mm. Oh, une veste de soir samarisienne. Plus 1 en conceptualisation. Ouais, mais là, j'ai plus 1 en esprit de corps. Cette veste estivale blanche est un grand classique, apprécié aussi bien du Parti communiste samarisien que des trafiquants de drogue tropicaux qui l'accompagnaient. Ah. Mais au diable, la politique, elle vous va bien, c'est le principal. Conceptualisation ou esprit de corps? Esprit de corps, je suis à 2. Conceptualisation, je suis à 5. Là, s'il vous plaît, vous connaissez l'essence des forces de police. Non seulement vous serez prêt à vous jeter sur les balles pour sauver vos collègues, mais votre corporatisme vous y obligera. Toutefois, sans esprit de corps, vous naviguez à vue sans pouvoir interpréter les remarques discrètes de vos collègues dans une situation à risque. Et ces remarques pourraient bien vous sauver la mise. Lorsqu'elle a développé, la conceptualisation nous incite à aller toujours plus loin. Quitte à vous brûler les ailes, vivre dans l'excès exige un grand investissement. Croquer la vie à pleines dents, c'est aussi se jeter dans un volcan en éruption. Cela dit, si votre conceptualisation est sous-développée, vous serez incapable d'apprendre le monde de façon créative. Par conséquent, les dissuasions dans une galerie d'art, vous seront inaccessibles et seuls les gens ennuyeux vous inviteront à leur petite fête barbante. Ouais, mais elle est classe quand même. Ouais, mais là, c'est sa personnalisation du méga disco, quoi. Oh là 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 là. Je pète sa race, en vrai. Non, je vais mettre ça, je pète ma race avec. Regarde-moi ça, ouais. Un placard à chaussures, des bottes et des baskets de vieux chaussons. Appartement numéro 12. Un bruyant ronflement vient de l'intérieur. Ah, j'avais la clé pour ici apparemment. Ah, du magnésium, c'est bien. Alcool Commodore rouge. Oh là là! Je peux boire de l'alcool. Ça me donne plus 1 en vigueur, mais ça me donne moins 1 en moral. De la mousse, des carottes de salle de bain, de la vraie mousse. Grande bouteille de vinasse sucré à l'étiquette chromazine. Une bonne dose de misère saupoudrée de sucre et d'exhausteur de goût. Et un soupçon de raisin. Comme tout bon rouge qui tâche, il laissera des traces sur vos lèvres. Et dans votre cœur aussi. Ces eaux douces sont couvertes d'une substance visqueuse. Et un peu d'argent. Yes. Ces chaussures sont disponibles en 3 tailles. Ok. Et ah, bleu? Pourquoi bleu? D'accord. Pourquoi je pouvais pas ouvrir tout à l'heure? C'est l'appartement numéro 29. Seul le silence vous répond, il n'y a personne ici. C'est l'appartement numéro 30. Vous entendez des voix à l'intérieur, elle chante sur un morceau de danse plutôt sympa. Ok. Je vais avec un pied de biche. Les gens, ils auront pas peur comme ça.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values this. Number 28. This is where
Let's see if anyone's home.
no one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Une journée terminée. Qu'est-ce que je voulais dire par là?
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right?
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Parfait, demain 21h.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for today.
Demain, du coup, mercredi. Ah non. Après 21h. Il dit demain, mais en vrai, voilà. Ça semble dire ce soir après 21h, quoi. Bon, bah. Partons. Du coup, on a tout fait là. On a fait tout ce qu'on a à faire. Ça mène où ça déjà? Non, c'est fermé. Ok. Bon bah c'est fermé. Attendez. Option de commande. Ah, c'est... Ah, mais le clic aussi, d'accord. Ah oui, on peut tout faire, on peut tout faire à la souris, en fait.
You see a set of tire tracks in.
Mais il y a quelqu'un là-bas en haut. Comment on y va? Mais... Ouais, c'est la... C'est la meuf du début, là. C'est quoi, elle a un appart avec... vue sur... elle a un appart qui mène au toit? Garde, comment monte sur toi?
The door is closed. This door can only. Still, the lieutenant gives you. He doesn't like where this is going.
J'essaye de rentrer chez vous! Le mec, il croit que j'ai la graisse, je frappe tellement si souvent. Et comment on monte là? Apparemment on peut pas. Je pense que c'est chez elle, hein. On doit avoir un appart avec... Bon. Démontrer l'autorité à Titus. Vu qu'il y a la conductrice où trouve son camion. Les renseignements de Joyce sur le lanchage. Trouve un oiseau héraldique. C'est un cacatoès. Ah oui, mais ça coûte je sais pas combien. Trouver Morel, le cryptozoologue. Ça, c'est pas pour tout de suite, parce qu'il faut attendre qu'on attende demain pour pouvoir passer. C'est l'ardeur des ondes courtes pour être infiniment... Ah oui, c'est vrai que je peux aller appeler. Le central pour... Les gardes.
Can I help you?
Lui, il a rien à me dire, lui. Toujours une question d'argent, vous savez. C'est vous qui avez décidé, madame. C'est pas moi. Hein. Hop. On va utiliser.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Déclaré.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
Donc, vérifiez pour moi le numéro de tirage d'une paire de bottes cuirassées.
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service. The crown jewel in the moral
C'est Interpol, quoi.
alongside EPIS, and the coalition government.
Ok.
57th over.
In the cabin, you
Ok. Ça, faudra rappeler demain. On va voir la grand-mère là.
The woman is still hunched over the railing.
Hop, on fait un petit sauvegarde avant.
The woman is
Huh? What is it? Did you just call me a lady, Harry Fair?
she clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
Vous n'êtes pas une dame?
I'm not that either, Harry Fair. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs.
Ah.
It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
Vous n'êtes pas la conductrice qui fait flipper tout le monde.
I'm only terrifying to small children. And
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Bon. Pourquoi est-ce que vous faites part à vos anciennes
because
connaissances?
they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
C'est pas d'un voyage lointain,
The big
c'est...
ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there. It's all just.
Elle me remonte comme un
In the
discovery.
middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where.
In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear
Du
it.
coup, ce qu'est la conductrice dont on m'a parlé?
Should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers?
Tout ce que je veux savoir. Ok, c'est donc pas elle? Alors, mon pote, là. Si c'est quelque chose, lui qui est là depuis le début.
Still here. Stuck in
Dire
this
qu'une
damn
femme parmi les
jam,
canards,
man.
mais vous croyez que c'est dans quoi vous connaissez la
I don't want to
conductrice?
talk about that.
C'est pas où se mettre puis décider de regarder ailleurs. Pourquoi pas, vous savez quelque chose? J'aime autant éviter de fourrer mon nez dans vos affaires, mais j'ai besoin de votre aide. Elle est peut-être impliquée dans cette histoire de drogue.
Man, I was hoping it isn't gonna be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Vous avez demandé qui dirigeait le trafic de drogue et vous m'avez répondu que vous ne savez rien et finalement vous en savez quelque chose. C'est qui pour vous?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
C'est pour ça qu'au début il m'a dit qu'il savait rien, en fait si. Il a juste pas envie d'en parler.
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Died. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Bleu? Ok.
Then she may have dyed it again.
De qui s'agit-il? Comment s'appelle-t-elle?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why. I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it.
He still is. Hoping. It's just, it's true. We would of course a lie. But a kind heart is tricky.
Ah d'accord.
Bah. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
Mon art dramatique et ma rhétorique sont en train de s'opposer, tu sais. Oh. Quand est-ce qu'elle est
Damn,
partie?
I don't wanna... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
Vous pouvez nous croire, c'est la vérité. C'est dit qu'elle était perturbée, comment ça?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
Elle a envie de faire une TS?
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
Allez, pas la peine d'en faire un plat. C'est pas balancé, je vous demande simplement de répondre à des questions.
It's snitching, man. I know what it is. I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Pas si vite, ce qu'elle avait dans la tête.
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
Est-ce qu'elle est partie sans son camion?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of...
He's right. There are other options.
Ouais, c'est
Grace,
pas...
wait. This guy says they're friends, then acquaintances, and he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy, and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
Soit je lâche l'affaire pour l'instant. Si je comprends bien, les autres peuvent le balancer, mais vous voulez pas salir les mains. J'ai bon?
Fine. I don't want to be a butcher. And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. A little fame wouldn't hurt too.
S'il vous plaît, j'ai aussi besoin de cette info pour une autre enquête. C'est important, je peux pas me permettre de rater la coche. Si une suspecte, j'ai besoin de savoir où elle se trouve, sinon j'arrive pas à boucler l'enfer. Forcer Tommy. Non, pour le moment, on va lâcher l'affaire.
Thank you, friend. Oh, high-grade narcotic.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha!
Je
They
me suis
usually
gouré.
get shipped to Grad.
The man taps his fingers.
J'ai changé d'avis à propos de la conductrice. Finalement, m'en fous de ton amitié. On va demander au raciste. Looking for something? Did you know de conductrice? Mais mené en bateau, aller cracher le morceau de la conductrice. Il aborde un petit sourire suffisant. Pour commencer, vous saviez que Silong n'avait rien à voir là-dedans.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip.
Dites-moi où est son camion.
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Révechol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Si, c'est bien nous.
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Révechol West.
Il y a un caïd légendaire qui s'appelle la Puta Madre. Ok.
Yeah, him.
C'est qui la puta? Qu'est-ce que vous faites, Kim? Je m'en occupe.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the Union.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM.
Ah ouais, c'est le gros.
Dirty fucking peonies who
Et c'est Marlon Brando, quoi.
multi-ethnic drug addicts.
C'est Scarface, quoi.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire.
Leur indien.
He's getting into this.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you...
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
Ah, il est en train de juger en mode. Je suis un. Il essaie d'insinuer qu'il est un péon de la Puta Madre.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Oh là là, Kim, il balance tout là. Il y va à fond là.
Nah,
Il se venge là.
leave him out there if you...
C'est vrai, Tommy. Il essaie d'allumer une clope, mais ses mains tremblent. Ça, Tommy, de sa phrase.
the lieutenant turns and gives you a be careful. This man's still got some fight in him by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
J'ai pas beaucoup de clair obscur. À 58%. Allez.
The
Ah
main
non.
thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is
Ah, j'ai fait 12, il
how
fallait faire
does it
13,
look
quoi.
on your resume.
Ah, j'ai mon deuxième lancer de dés qui a fait un 1 tout pété, quoi. À combien nous allons discuter, vous et moi. Quoi?
What? What do you think we're doing right now, Runt? We're outside. Talk. There's some kind of homo thing?
Dites-moi, je sais vraiment pas pourquoi je dis ça. Ouais, peut-être bien. Mais bordel!
Make me, Runt.
Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
Putain, il m'a fait user tout mon putain de heal de mental, quoi.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with
Okay. Okay.
Ok.
the tear machine stand. Your bottles
C'est quoi une grève?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy grad-made the windows are clear.
Bon. Allons parler au gros raciste. Au fameux gros raciste. Jauge caboche.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Poule de jauge caboche. On va dire la continuer à l'évaluer. Bon, encore on n'a pas l'importance, je suis policier, on a le droit d'entrer dans ce port.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Intrécemment, ce compte tous les muscles de traverser, il vous laisse les regarder.
Must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
Bomber le torse, mais ne rien dire.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely.
Non, un 9 sur 10, quoi.
Stop it. You are
Votre ami pédomorphique.
This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
On n'a pas le droit de discuter de ce... On n'a pas le temps de discuter de ça maintenant.
you have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
Al-Ghoul. 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 Moi, je bois beaucoup d'Al-Ghoul. Son se contorsionne de dégoût comme s'il sentait un rat mort.
Reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman.
Sortir votre avis, Kim, ça pue à ce point.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Tu picoles juste un peu le week-end, ça va. J'ai picolé un peu ce week-end pendant 3 jours, mais genre ça race.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the...
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Hein? Le type en bas te rappelle quelqu'un. Hein? Le gros raciste là-bas, montré du doigt, le chauffeur de camionnette, t'es comme lui, mais t'es juste fait plus de muscu, t'as juste fait plus de muscu, t'as juste fait plus de muscu, c'est bon, tu vas y arriver, Wilfried. Allez, je crois en toi. Tu rappelles-toi de tes cours de CP. Je suis de la police et j'ai besoin de votre coopération sur le champ. S'approcher un pas, mais genre on va rien lui faire.
Look at my chronology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
On en parle. On en parle du gros du costaud à gros muscles. Tu penses complètement débile. Et en fait, le mec est en train de te faire une putain d'analyse philosophique de la sur plutôt ouais, philosophique de droite, mais des policiers quoi.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
C'est de droite très à droite quoi.
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
J'ai juste besoin que vous reculer d'une vingtaine de centimètres. Le pousser pour passer, ouais. J'ai juste me prendre un gros une gifle, le mec il va me retourner le cerveau. Vous avancez toute la ligne. Maintenant j'ai juste besoin que vous m'aidiez à décrocher ce cadavre de l'arbre. Ce sont les vôtres qui ont mis ce cadavre là-haut. Ce sont les vôtres qui devraient m'aider à le décrocher.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, the walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the oaths to homosexualité you call art, and your means phallic skulls.
Waouh, 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 waouh.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahed's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Non. Non, 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 non. Non, 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 non. Ah, flingue digital a réussi. Non, 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 je n'intérioriserai pas la théorie de race de Josh Kabosh. Non, je ne deviendrai pas... Ça n'aurait aucun sens d'être un communiste nazi, en fait. Ça n'aurait aucune logique. Ça ne voudrait pas dire que je dois devenir moi-même un suprémaciste séménèse.
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced...
Je sais du syndicat, non. Les membres ne sont-ils pas blancs? Ah oui, c'est un nazi inversé, en fait. Que savez-vous à propos de ce mug? Là, je le montre de partout, mon mug. Regardez mon mug!
He does not so much as glance at the...
Ça vous dit quelque chose?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no...
He had nothing to do with it.
Ah. Je vais me retrouver celui qui a jeté cette tasse. Pourquoi ne faites-vous pas partie de la bande à Hardy?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
Carrément.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
Ne dites pas tout, qu'est-ce que vous avez contre eux?
Fine. They have recently fallen
Oh.
under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler.
Oh! Oh, oh,
It's
oh!
shameful.
Oh, 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 oh! Mais attends, ça m'intéresse tout ça!
Find out for yourself.
Oh, bah vas-y.
Endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
Ah! Et votre tatouage, il veut le dire quoi?
Racistes are generally not very good examples of their race.
Les racistes sont pas généralement pas de très bons représentants de leur race. Il fait un geste vers le camionneur qui se trouve en bas de la rue.
Welcome to Révechol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter near. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
On ne rien dire. On va rien dire.
Silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race.
Non, j'avais juste
Perhaps
envie de répondre à OK.
years
Soit je me rendais inférieur, soit je te défiais un peu la flamme. Non, non, Adérès, théorie avancée des races, non. L'assommer. Prendre
Still
congé.
need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Try the jump. Up there on the roof. It'll be worth it. Finger pistol, 9mm.
Piou, 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 piou.
Baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had, it would have gone better had you snapped those batteries at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon. Gunfight.
Et du coup, ça donne quoi comme bonus? Oh! Ah, si j'ai des emplacements de maladie, suggestion plus 1. Et plus 1 à la réactivité. Oh, c'est cool ça. On a gagné plus 1 à la réactivité. Donc on n'est plus... Et du coup... Si on enlève un truc... On enlève les deux du coup. Attends. Suggestion plus 1. Pourquoi j'ai gagné plus 1 de suggestion? Je suis à combien de suggestions là? Elle est où ma suggestion? 4. Là je suis à 4. Plus 1. Et si je mets un seul item dans le nom? Merde, on va 3. Ah oui, il faut vraiment rien avoir dedans. Ouais, mais ça me met plus 1 au coin intérieur et plus 1 en empathie quand même. Ça, on est déjà passé à 3. Hop. Bon, retournons voir la bande à Benny, hein. Retournons voir la bande à Benny. Alors comme ça, vous savez quelque chose sur la conductrice.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Ah. La preuve d'autorité. Très faible, autorité -3. Allez, tcha. Bah non, apparemment, je peux pas lui en parler. Ouais. Raël?
I've got nothing to say to you. I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of the Debutante International.
Tout doux, Glenn, elle a étudié le droit. Il a raison, vous savez, vous êtes magnifique.
So fucking what? Lots of models are
No, Glenn, they aren't.
This didn't change her opinion of you.
Oh.
It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Donc je peux pas lui en parler. Je pense qu'il est juste bloqué dans sa phase. Je vais montrer que c'est moi le meilleur.
You see us?
Mais pour rentrer dans le port, est-ce qu'il faut pas... Attends. Carte. Essayez de nouveau. Joyce Messier. Voilà, je peux aller... Josh Caboche. Oui, je pourrais... Oui, non, mais je m'en fous de Josh Caboche d'intégrer à sa putain de... Fenêtre du café. Fenêtre du café? Ah oui, oui, je vois. Porte à talisman. Porte à talisman? Difficile, légendaire. Intermédiaire. Le pendu intermédiaire. Je peux aller leur reparler si je veux. C'était quoi les deux? Cours intérieur et suggestion.
The man before you is naked.
Allez, 58. Allez. Oui! Je suis parti. Où es-tu allé?
Into the wild pale yonder, in the past, way out in the
Où es-tu parti, mais qui es-tu?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
Maintenant, oui, mais qui étais-tu de ton vivant?
A killer, a motherfucker, and a killer. Go ahead.
Que se passe-t-il?
What do you mean?
C'est à toi que je parle.
It's the power of your imagination.
Ouais.
Go ahead. Ask me more questions.
Oui, alors, autant les questions.
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Ouais, fais péter les questions.
Here you go, you loony.
Comme tu verras, le Maboule. Raoul, c'est mon nom. Pourquoi Raoul, c'est mon nom? Hein? Raoul, c'est mon nom? Mais qu'est-ce que tu racontes?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Ah, d'accord, c'est... Voilà, le jeu... En fait, le jeu de mots en anglais qui n'a pas été traduit en français. Comme tu voudras, Raoul. Ah oui, d'accord, ok. Normalement, c'est comme tu voudras, Raoul. Raoul, je trouve que ça me bien. Je suis manifestement pas Raoul.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Ouais, je sais. C'est vrai qu'on m'a beaucoup appelé Harry récemment.
You might be onto something there.
Pourquoi est-ce que j'ai la sensation d'avoir oublié un truc horrible?
Because you have.
Je te déteste, tu t'es schlingue et t'es chiant.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up, miraculous.
Créature des habits soniques, tu me rappelles moi dans le miroir de la salle de bain. Tu me rappelles un bébé atteint d'arlequinisme. D'arlequinisme. Comme l'arlequin. Genre, je fais l'encyclopédie. Ouais, tu me rappelles un bébé atteint d'arlequinisme.
You sure got out of that one?
Oui.
Coppolini.
Tu la sors de loin celle-ci. Oui, oui.
Come back later, Corporal. Of course. You have come back.
Yes, ça m'a rien appris de nouveau. Yes, yes, yes. Finalement réussi à lui parler pour rien apprendre. Allons voir Anert. Anert. Apparemment, je peux refaire mon lancer. Sur Anert.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Qu'est-ce qui t'échappe là? Pourquoi est-ce que ça te semble familier? Tu l'as déjà vu?
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar?
Non. Il est où le cacatoès déjà? Ah, il est là. Combien déjà le cacatoès? 4, allez, vas-y.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around.
Boum. Ouvrage représentant les différentes espèces de cacatoès et leurs troubles comportementaux associés. Peut-être permettrait-il aussi de mieux cerner votre personnalité atypique. Le magnifique cacatoès Major Majectus de la couverture vous regarde intensément.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas a la Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues.
Ouh. Il est parti, Marx. Reviens, merci.
This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang bang cockatoo.
Bang bang cockatoo. Bang bang. D'accord, c'est quoi le problème avec ces piafs? D'accord, c'est quoi le problème? Il y a des informations sur le cacatoès funèbre, bien sûr.
This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it.
Ah. Des informations sur le cacatoès méga majestueux.
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature.
Voilà, bah moi je suis ce cacatoès là, moi.
In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest.
Je suis peut-être pas ce oiseau-là finalement en fait.
Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species. Common in almost all Seminoese forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Seminoese name, Bang Bang, is thought to be of onomatopoeic origin. Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
C'est le cacatoès funèbre dans toute sa noirceur. Attends, il faut que je prenne du temps pour réfléchir. D'accord, c'est quoi le problème avec ces piafs?
All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
Ça serait bien d'avoir quelqu'un avec qui parler quand je me sens seul. Je veux quelqu'un qui sache écouter. Je veux qu'on m'écoute. Je veux pas qu'on me parle. Non, j'ai rien à dire, moi. Je veux entendre quelqu'un parler.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues.
En effet, c'est pas la joie.
If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive.
Ah oui, quand même. Ah bah, rappelez-moi de jamais adopter un cacatoès chez moi, quoi.
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
D'accord, bah rappelez-moi de ne jamais avoir ce cacatoès. J'ai déjà un chat, ça suffit.
You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for fun.
C'est des méga stars, comme moi.
135 decibels. Ouch. That must hurt.
Ah oui.
Not great for the neighbors. Performing? Yes, birdie. Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
Un cacatastrophe. Et si j'étais juste un cacatastrophe? Un cacatoès qui est une vraie catastrophe. Attends. On va ranger le livre. On va se garder avant de faire des conneries.
A cockatoo. This book talks about... Yes, but you're right. You're a fuckatoo embodied. This sorry-ass bird belongs on your heraldry. It probably doesn't even have feathers and only screams.
D'accord, ça m'a juste donné du coup de l'XP. Non, c'est pas une superstar quoi. Communiste 18 hein. Yes. Je suis un justicier, j'ai pas d'honneur. Attends. Mais du coup, qu'est-ce qui se passe si je fais les autres?
For a more detailed view of the
Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire.
A cockatoo. This book talks... Yes, but all those You're right. You're Psittacus venereus embodied. This...
Ça change rien. Ok. Restons sur l'oiseau funèbre. Je pense que ça n'a pas changé grand chose de ma vie, quoi. Non. « 5, 1, 6, 3.
A cockatoo. This book talks about the delicate nature of... Yes, but all those... You're right. Your Majesty embodied. This big, beautiful...
Ah si, ça a changé. 5, 1... Attendez, j'étais à 6, 0... Je suis à 606, 3. J'ai gagné en flic superstar, non? Et en flic pitoyable aussi, non? Ah, j'ai gagné 1 en... Ah, et j'aurais gagné 1 en Apocalypse si j'avais mis... Funeste. Je crois que je suis barbant si je mets le truc que j'ai dit là, le catastrophe. Ah non, je suis devenu pitoyable encore plus. Ok. Non, moi je suis un flic superstar. Moi. Je suis un flic superstar, mais en même temps, je suis autant un flic. Allez hop. C'est un flic superstar. Superstar. Ok, donc là, il nous reste plus qu'à tenter de passer sur le toit, en fait. Et la dernière fois que j'ai tenté, j'ai perdu tellement de morale, quoi. La dernière fois, j'ai perdu tellement de morale. Je crois qu'il faut quoi? De la mise en scène, je crois. Y'a rien qui donne de la mise en scène, là? Ah mais là...
No, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've... Despair creeps into you. Getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Ah, c'est...
He watches you melt down stoically. From behind, nothing you can... Cop gives up the detective genre for social...
Je perds en mise en scène. Je booste un peu la mise en scène, quoi. C'est bloqué là, non? Il y a quoi déjà le vendeur? Est-ce qu'il a un truc qui un vêtement qui donne de la mise en scène?
You keep coming back.
Non.
That's good, officer.
Si.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The
shine on these sunglasses lasts a lot.
Prêteur sur gage. Après, j'ai rien à lui vendre, mais...
You see rows of toys. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Ouais, je peux pas acheter un reverb. Ce qui n'a aucun sens.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves. And your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Wowshi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Oula. 97% de chance.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
On crève de chaud ici. Monsieur, permettez-vous de retirer vos lunettes de soleil, j'aimerais inspecter vos yeux. Alors, où on procure du pyrrolidon de nos jours?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable...
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting.
Les médecins ont pris quelque chose, monsieur. Je ne juge pas, je fais juste mon curieux. J'ai probablement besoin de pyrrolidon avant de perdre la mémoire. Du calme, je suis juste un flic cool qui aimerait bien coûter à votre cam, faire un clin d'œil. Mais ils ont pris de la drogue, c'est pas possible, je ne juge pas.
Pyrrolidon is just something I was with the emergency relief brigade. Had to take...
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
La pile populaire, c'est quoi?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
Bah, pourquoi on appelle ça la pile populaire? Bah, parce que c'était que pour le peuple, quoi. Un générateur à désintégration de
A
particules.
primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Pourquoi ça a échoué?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Racontez-moi un peu plus sur cette brigade.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
Il observe le balai de lumière et s'interrompt. Ça devait pas être facile de nettoyer les déchets nucléaires.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
C'est la faute à qui le générateur a cessé de fonctionner?
No one's. Everyone's.
Il soupire et secoue la tête.
So much bitterness.
Tant d'amertume.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What
Comment vous
do
êtes
you
retrouvé
think is
prêteur sur
going
liège?
to- The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but
Merci pour votre aide.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Ça vous dérange, je suis en partage de pyrolédion. Que savez-vous du chauffeur en liberté?
Traffic. I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
Je vous ai pas entendu le chauffeur rouler sur votre toit?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moved.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
Un vortex, voilà, qui est fascinant. D'ailleurs, vous êtes ignoré de qui est au volant. Bah oui, je pense que le mec, il a pas regardé dehors. Faut voir comment vous avez pu confondre Jacob hier avec un vortex électrique.
Jacob Ove, the great tip-top champion. Yeah,
Do you think it may have been Jacob Irv who drove over your roof?
it's a logical explanation. I felt within that thunderous crash a soul plunged into chaos. Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Non, ne vous inquiétez pas, ça ira. Je me tape du pyro tous les jours, mec.
If you say, here you go, man.
Grosse capsule posée au creux de sa main, d'aspect peu ordinaire. En fait, j'ai changé d'avis, j'ai pas besoin de pyro. Mais ça donne quoi? Ouais, je prends, moi. On fait de la drogue? On part sur un... Ah, est-ce qu'on prend de la drogue, quoi? Vraiment? On n'est pas ce genre de flic. Non.
I respect your decision, officer.
Non.
What else can I help you
On
with?
prendra pas de drogue. On arrête l'alcool et on ne prendra pas de drogue. On essaie de redevenir quelqu'un de bien.
Sure thing. My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now.
Sure, man.
Mais je peux rien lui vendre lui non plus, putain.
You see rows of toy sold.
C'est quoi là déjà? Je sais même plus. Ah si, c'est la boombox. Mais j'ai rien à écouter donc ça me sert pas à grand chose pour le moment la boombox. Demander aux gens. Comment ça demander aux gens? Ah putain, ça me fait chier, j'ai pas envie de casser notre amitié avec lui. Et c'est quoi le gros là qu'il lui faut Mais putain. Il remonte tout seul le putain de truc. Non, le docteur endormi, il est plus là donc voilà. Camionneur raciste, clair obscur. J'ai rien qui raméliore mon clair obscur là. Dommage. C'était quoi pour essayer de faire peur à l'autre là déjà? Intimider l'autre là, je sais pas comment il s'appelle. Titus. Ah c'est oui, c'est autorité. Et du coup oui, j'ai rien du tout. Ah, je suis vraiment baissé à mort en autorité quoi. Je peux être à 0 ou moins 3.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Faible, 4.
What's going on? Like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Trying to fucking Kuno gonna fuck?
Normal is not what we got here.
Shitload pig. What's your question? Don't tell the pig.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Est-ce que tu connais son identité? Est-ce que tu sais comment il s'est retrouvé là-haut? Alors son identité, on la connaît à peu près. Comment il s'est retrouvé là-haut, on le sait. Est-ce que tu n'aurais pas eu quelqu'un de louche dans le coin? Ça, on s'en fout. Son corps de conclusion, c'est toi qui a fait ça. Je pense un petit peu quand même. Là, c'est son armure.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
Et comment ça se fait?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
Un mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
D'accord. Comment ça tu l'as jeté?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
Ok, c'est lui qui l'a eu là?
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
Comment ça tu l'as jeté? C'est-à-dire qu'ils l'ont pendu full armure?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That
Caché dans
shit
la
means
mer?
nothing to Kuno. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Le connard moustachu du syndicat? De quoi? Ah, le mec assis, ok.
Cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around...
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Pas de mana.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Bah ouais. Et tu veux, c'est uniquement par bonté de cœur, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
C'est vrai qu'il fait sa grosse pute depuis le début, Kuno. Et à ce coup-là, il nous aide. Ok, on en parle plus tard. Ok.
Kuno doesn't...
Allons lui parler. C'est lui là.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help?
Call me man. C'est bien très passé entre Josh Kabosh et moi, tu peux m'aider avec ça. Non. Et tu dois savoir pour l'armure.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
Promesse?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
Ah bah voilà pourquoi il était gentil avec nous.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Ok.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know?
Ouais, ok.
So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his
Je suis même pas
pocket,
étonné de Kuno.
king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
Donc Kuno nous a utilisé pour te faire peur.
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
Ok.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Quel genre?
I did some research into this armadura.
Armadura?
Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into
Okay.
material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass.
Le cuirass.
That's why I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Et les jambières?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Ah, comment ça? Je suis ambitieux, je vais tout retrouver toutes les pièces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will...
A mesquite epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. No problem.
Huh?
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
On ne peut pas retirer les bottes. Et elles sont totalement dégueulasses les bottes. L'autre il a d'ACDI dedans quoi. Et il s'est vidé et tout dedans. C'est un peu dégueulasse mon cher Harry. F5, hein. J'ai peur de ce qu'il veut faire.
The man before you is naked, but the material appears to be delicate and fragile. These are clearly not boots. They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Ouais, il faut que je revienne sans lui.
The lieutenant uses a memo technique. It's all you, baby.
Ceramic plate. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel.
Je rappelle le bot du
This
pied.
advanced stuff.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a post.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
D'accord.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates, like whirls of floorboards. If trees were made, the smooth gloss. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50.
Good.
X.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for it.
The cadaver
Ouais,
slowly
mais que demain. Ok. Donc rien de plus à voir ici. Ah, il faut que le corps soit décroché. Bon, déjà, c'est mort. Que l'autopsie soit faite. Bon, ça, c'est mort. Et que Kim soit absent, puisqu'il n'approuverait pas. Ceci sera diaboliquement difficile, donc vous ne nous en voulez pas si vous envoyez le corps de l'examen médical sans récupérer les bottes. Ah, d'accord. Le jeu qui est en mode, mais ne vous inquiétez pas, la quête continuera même si... Je peux pas en continuer sans aller casser les couilles à l'autre, là, du coup, casser les couilles de mon ami, hein. Ça fait chier, mais bon. C'est que c'est du clair-obscur, je crois, c'est ça. Ouais, clair-obscur. J'ai rien pour le clair-obscur, quoi. La quête, elle va patauger chez 8 ans si je le fais pas. Après, je peux aller m'amuser à... Après, c'est pas marrant de s'amuser à juste les suicides et espérer que les 58% ils passent mieux, quoi. Bordel du coup. Attendez, 2 secondes, je reviens tout de suite. Là, faut que j'enlève mon pantalon. Et les chaussures.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Je crois que je suis destiné à perdre. Hein. Je crois que je suis juste destiné à rater ce lancer. Hein.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've...
J'ai l'impression que quoi que je fasse... Après, je perds en mise en scène dans l'un des trucs, là. Non. Pourtant, non. Mais...
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
J'ai réussi cette fois.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your sense. Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your run.
Wow, atterrissage de super-héros, quoi.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the...
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise...
Ah, je peux remettre mon pantalon et ma chaussure. Ah, plus 1 esprit de corps et plus 1 en frisson. Après... Esprit de corps et frisson, c'est deux stats que je joue pas. Attendez, est-ce que du coup il peut y avoir quelque chose, peut-être il y a peut-être mon badge à l'intérieur. Non? Il n'y a pas mon badge à l'intérieur là? Il n'y a rien dans ma veste? Bon bah. Cette peau doit être étalée dans une bâche épaisse. Autant dire que sans que ces 3 impacts de balles, elle serait parfaitement imperméable au vent comme à la pluie. Le rectangle blanc caractérisé de la Mercedes s'étale dans son dos. Ah, j'ai 3 balles. C'est-à-dire que j'ai pris 3 balles dans le buffet. Peut-être le raccourci, je pense. Là, c'est ouvert avec la porte qui mène au... Voilà. C'est un
An
téléphone.
imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, tokens unavailable. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
C'est votre mémoire musculaire composée d'un numéro au hasard.
Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Révechol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993.
Ça se trouve, on l'appelle chez nous.
Calling. Calling. Still calling.
Video Révechol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy. How may I help you?
Je me souviens du numéro. Un vendeur de vidéos.
The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man.
Qu'est-ce que t'envoies?
Video Révechol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy.
Je veux dire qu'au présent, cet endroit pour moi, le mec, il va me faire. Je sais pas, vous êtes qui? Vous me connaissez?
No. Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
Putain, c'est wow.
Maybe you call to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
Peut-être, mais je connais même pas mon nom.
If you need any further assistance, you can visit us on the corner of Voyager and Main. I can't help you over the phone. Are we done?
He thinks you're pulling a prank on him. The call is terminated by the other party.
D'accord. Je gagne un peu d'XP. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? La radio émet des vibrations bizarres. Une marque de fesses géantes sur le coussin et des traces de café sur la couche. C'est un communiste?
Yes?
Non, c'est pas sûr, c'est pas sûr.
Yes?
Mais non, et barre-toi, Kim. Viens là, Kim. Kim a pour habitude de saison d'écouter de la radio. Un retrouvaire sur l'inframatérialisme. Une introduction lapidaire à la théorie inframatérialiste à destination du grand public. C'est un père visant passer beaucoup de temps dans la poche arrière de quelqu'un.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the
Friesel,
corners
parce
of
qu'il
the
se fait retourner par les communards. C'est pour ça qu'il a la paire de bois aussi.
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
C'est une satire, vous voyez, c'est une satire. Tu vois?
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text.
Moi à 13 ans, quoi. Moi à 8 ans. Sur les photos, sur les images.
After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and
Kunst und Kultur.
Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Actualité internationale.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd.
Okay.
Whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
Du catch avec des ours, ouais.
It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kenajinski himself.
Oh, le président Kaczynski lui-même.
According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV.
Quoi? Je veux plus savoir plus sur ce tonton sport.
Based on the description in this article, he appears to be an extremely competent and democratically elected Sapormat Sport. Kenajinski is well into his third decade as president of the SRV. Outside Samara, he's known for three things: brutal repression of internal dissent, monumental corruption, and a near pathological obsession with physical fitness.
Tiens à présent à son moment au catch avec les ours.
It's quite straightforward. A standard match features one man, or in some cases, woman, against one bear.
Mais
Two
quoi?
competitors, one ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation.
Mais ils meurent pas les gens? Les humains, je veux dire.
According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
Mais quoi? Il faut s'appeler Leonardo DiCaprio pour réussir à gagner contre l'ours?
This is the SRV we're talking about. If you think those are the real numbers, there's probably a guy who wants to sell you a bridge in La Shirt.
Ça va être compliqué d'affronter un ours en étant bourré.
Precisely. For too long, drink has been a scourge to the working class, and President Kenajinski is deeply committed to supplying the people with more wholesome entertainments.
Kim, vous pensez que notre internet a une chance de vous emmener en RPS?
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask?
Je me disais que ça serait sympa d'assister à un combat d'ours. De participer à un combat d'ours, carrément.
I suppose that would be something to see.
Il a l'air amusé de m'imaginer en train de combattre un ours.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents
C'est quoi
unfolds
Kunst
before you.
Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Wow.
Why they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond you. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
CS?
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-insulari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Révechol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
Voilà ce que les communistes pensent de Tip Top. Okay.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colourful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée. Where to even start?
Allez,
there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Attends, qui a écrit ça?
Oddly enough, this article has two bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names. Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms. More than that, they're likely anagrams.
Quoi, c'est mal le sponsoring?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity.
Ah, c'est-à-dire que le capitalisme est partout.
Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
On va quand même se cracher.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose at the end of the day. It's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Ce qui me faisait le plus la danse, c'est la violence.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kim, vous savez qu'en fait, la tournée Tip Top était une orgie rituelle de destruction orchestrée par le grand capital. J'en avais aucune idée.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, detective.
Il fronce ses sourcils. Je me demande quoi d'autre n'est qu'une métaphore de la vie sous le capitalisme. Tout.
I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Uh-huh.
The table of contents. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbour red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer G. Martin,
J.R.R. Martin
of the Cape Side apartments, of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Comment ça? Saleté de communiste, bah non. Faire payer un loyer juste pour avoir le droit de vivre quelque part, c'est proprement scandaleux.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed. It's true, the rentiers have been bleeding you dry. You really ought to find your own place one of these days.
One of these days.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Kim, je crois que c'est un canard communiste. Hein?
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably...
You flip back to the front of...
Ah, il y a un... Ah non, c'est les marches. Un double branchement pour se tirer l'intérieur à l'air verrouillé.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the...
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Oui, le tiroir.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Révechol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Révechol. Couron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Look how blurry. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
Est-ce que je peux vraiment pas me concentrer en ne me concentrant pas?
The drawer slides shut smoothly.
À volonté. Une carte postale. Année 21. Cette carte postale plastifiée offre une vue sur la rivière. Moins d'une décennie après la guerre, la rive est déjà entièrement rénovée. Les flancs de la colline foisonnent de jardins et de résidences. Quelqu'un a posé une petite dirigeable beige près de la fontaine. Cette carte postale coûte certainement les yeux de la tête. Bah non. Yes, un peu de heal. Wow, des nouvelles lunettes. J'étais... puissant en logique. Quelqu'un les a chippées au bureau du syndicat des dockers. Elles sont idéales pour remplir de la passerelle quand la lumière du jour vous éblouit. On peut aussi s'en servir pour intimider les suspects. Vous serez le boss des maths. Je perds un en art dramatique, mais un en projection analytique. Après là, je gagne un en logique. On reste comme ça pour le moment. Machine d'écrire. En gros, de prospect, vous lisez chaque travailleur en membre du conseil. Sans badge. J'ai pas d'autre choix que de parler au chef du... Ah merde, maintenant que je suis lancé dans le port, je suis lancé dans le port. C'est ça qu'il est en train de me dire le jeu là? Radar permet de récupérer l'eau de pluie. Prenons notre sac. Hop. Voilà, des bouteilles dans tous les sens là. Non, pousse-toi là, pousse-toi. Hop. Hop, hop, hop. Il y a eu toutes ces bouteilles, Kim. Je vais m'en faire du pognon.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Renee, listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
C'est donc ici que travaille René.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories.
Why did you take that picture of René?
Prépare un collage de photos artistiques, Kim. Il suffit de trouver des preuves d'une question distincte.
You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
Oui, René, c'est le fait qu'on avait vu dans le cratère là, qui joue à la pétanque. S'asseoir et se reposer? Non.
This is the night watchman's booth.
Et comme ça, s'asseoir et se reposer. Genre, ça passe le temps.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly... Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping.
Bon, ça va, il n'y a pas beaucoup d'effets secondaires. Hein. Ça va.
Inoperable joint disorder.
Sensibilité à la crue à l'opéra.
Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else.
Je suis que j'ai des trucs à faire, des flics à faire, des meurtres à élucider, des gens à aider qui me comptent sur moi. Disco, des boules à facettes, des mouvements de malade, un rythme de boogie.
The imagined dazzle of light overwhelms any list of potential side effects. You take the painkillers. They are yours now. You stand.
Beaucoup de temps. Pourtant, un hors d'un couple pose devant une roue de ferry. Elle met en scène une jeune femme pétillante et un homme tout sourire vêtu d'un uniforme élégant. Au dos, une inscription rédigée d'une main assurée. Foire de Révechol, été 91. Donc ça fait 60 ans. Parce que là, on est en l'an 52, je crois. Les conteneurs. Les grasses machines reposent vous entourent. Depuis pas ans après, sur la bâche, on dirait une forêt enneigée. Vous apercevez un logo industriel est passé sur la plateforme Zung. Oh, de l'argent. Le chantier naval est étrangement paisible, les gros machines sont endormis. L'argent. Le parrain est silencieux, personne ne travaille. L'odeur persistante de pétrole et de route provient du fossé qui vous fait face, elle vous rappelle celle du sang. Un peu d'argent. Là, c'est joué au bento. La bannière s'efface sous le choix. Conteneur.
Container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, put the logos on.
Léo, oui.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, now belongs to Everard.
Bonjour.
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
D'accord.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Non, je suis pas un scavs.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
C'est bien.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Vous êtes Ubi, pas vrai?
Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Merci. Qu'est-ce que vous faites avec les conteneurs?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Il se passe quoi au juste?
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
Ça ressemble à une opération de redécoration à grande échelle, Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Qu'est-ce que sont ces protections rouges?
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Ok. Des produits chimiques. Moi. Je passais les ouvriers, le port est vide.
Most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
Il se penche vers vous et vous dit sur le ton de la confidence.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
Il s'arrête mais il semble avoir envie de vous en dire plus. Donc quel passe ce petit fourré? Ils auraient pas tué quelqu'un par hasard?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's you. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Oh, ils ont tué quelqu'un?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work.
He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him?
Vous travaillez ici?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
Pourquoi Léo? Oui, oui. Le petit bonhomme lève la main et vous fait un petit geste
I'm
dans
like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on, but I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running.
Attends, c'est qui Miss Beaufort?
Yes, I am. Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool.
Lizzie?
Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything.
Elisabeth?
4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Ah. Celle qu'on a vue, c'est elle la vraie bras droit de tout le...
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with...
For a fraction of a second, this...
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have... Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she
Oh là, il brasse lui, hein. Oh, il y va, hein.
been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
L'esprit ressensible et vous regarde avec douceur de ses yeux bleus.
Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka...
Ouais, bah Elise quoi. Ok, la jardinière donc la tueur du syndicat.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip too.
Tigam lance un de ses sourires des amants dont il a le
Telling
secret.
the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
Après, on connaît son... Ouais. Après, on l'a pas entendu déjà? Je sais plus. Ah non, on a entendu que son prénom. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans ces conteneurs là-bas?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Ok, cherche le chef.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school, we did. When we
Voilà,
were
mais
boys.
ok.
Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Désigne les deux conteneurs sur votre droite. Ok, merci.
Bye bye now.
Donc là. Je pouvais pas descendre, non, je pouvais pas descendre. Et après, il y avait un autre bouton, mais je pense que c'est le bouton pour ouvrir la porte. Je pense que mais d'aucune utilité de l'ouvrir la porte, ça va juste créer un bazar pas possible. Hein? Non. Signifie fjord aux baleines en ardique. Fjord aux baleines? Quoi?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked marche and marche. On. Arrête.
Arrête. Oh. Puis sur marche.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Ah, c'est un pont. Ah, qu'est-ce qui se passe? La 3D est un peu bizarre.
And with a surprisingly quiet thump, the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Son objectif?
Move in this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And
Il peut se reposer.
See how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Puis sur Harry.
The crane does not return to its original position. No screech of metal when you push.
Peut-être rentrer dedans maintenant. Ah ouais.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Je crois que son conteneur n'est pas comme les autres.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Mais le mur aussi, il est pas normal. Mais j'ai raté mon dé.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Il était accroché à la grue. Kim, il était accroché à la grue. Il y a peut-être des articles de compromis là-dedans.
There may very well be, but we are not here. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
Frappez à la porte.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Ah mince.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked.
Persuader la porte de s'ouvrir. Vous êtes dans le monde depuis 2 jours.
Why are you even trying to open a door with retro?
Because what wasn't an option?
Utilisez mon corps à la place de mon
Now
intelligence.
is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can.
Putain, ça se trouve, il y a un truc super bien là-dedans. Et du coup, c'était de la rhétorique, c'est ça? Le contenir? Kim Kizugari. Impossible. En rhétorique. Volonté? Pourquoi Kim, je peux lui...
Yes.
Hein? J'ai pas des trucs pour la rhétorique. Non, je perds 1 en rhétorique. Bon, on reviendra là, on essaiera d'ouvrir par la rhétorique ce conteneur. Alors, il y a du café. Fait un escalier de palette. Bonjour. Poisson et pavillé qui donne l'heure. Bonjour monsieur Edgar. Evra plutôt. Ah, il a une bonne gueule lui aussi.
He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Allons droit au but. Un cadavre pour un arbre.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Dubois?
Good of you two to stop by.
Tu m'appelles Henri Dubois?
Have a seat.
Je m'appelle Henri Dubois? Vraiment? Dubois. Je m'appelle Henri Dubois.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Ouais, bien sûr.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Pourquoi moi?
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from
Oui. Qu'est-ce qui Qu'est-ce que tu veux avec ces Dubois là? Pourquoi vous m'appelez Monsieur Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
Je ne m'assis pas, c'est mon dada.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
Alors qu'il hoche la tête, ses multiples mentons bougent tels des vagues de l'océan. Oh putain, le mec. Il a pas un double menton, il a un quadruple.
I too have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then...
You're no Titan of Felician, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Oh, de la volonté. Hein? Mur de l'arrière, quoi. En volonté. J'ai rien pour de la volonté. Bon allez, asseyons-nous alors.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Nous vous lance un clin d'œil rusé. Gardez votre sérieux. Essayez de répondre par un clin d'œil. Oh mon dieu. Bon sang, cette chaise est un véritable supplice. Gardez votre sérieux.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Révechol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh putain.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take
Mec, il sait
care of
tout.
that nonsense.
Désigne un chèque de cérémonie géant sur son bureau, il est énormissime.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with...
Attends, mais il essaie de m'acheter en fait.
Go ahead.
Oh le mec, le mec qui me donne un putain de pourboire quoi. Enfin un pourboire, un pot de vin.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good, man.
C'est tout. Mec, ça me permet de dormir une nuit. Attendez, vous connaissez Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least, don't thank him for it.
Vous pouvez le garder, merci, refusez le chèque. Mais je m'en fous de ton chèque.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts then.
Et tu crois quoi toi?
Now, I'd like to set your mind
T'as cru que l'autre il allait m'acheter? Non mais oh.
Let me assure you, union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Non mais attends, mais c'est le MJ le mec. C'est le MJ du jeu. Et qui sait tout ce que je fais de ma vie quoi. Ah, il m'observe. Hein. C'est bien la preuve qu'il m'observe bien les mecs. Hein.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
Je suis pas inquiet, je gère. Un peu d'aide serait pas refus. Comment vous savez que j'ai perdu mon arme? Je sais tout.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be...
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Ne pas paniquer. La chaise vous détruit le dos. Merde. Allez 28%.
You ain't worried about no lost gun or unpaid bill or forgotten to name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him.
Quoi, c'est tout? Sans être ma source de fierté? S'enfoncer dans la chaise pliante, sourire et creuser les mains derrière la tête, genre en mode comme lui.
The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be good. Now lean in with some corruption.
Écoutez, Evrat, vous et moi là, on sait exactement ce qui fait tourner le monde, n'est-ce pas?
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters.
Ce combattant, comme vous dites, aurait eu bien besoin d'une chaise plus confortable. Vous faites bien jouer le coup de la chaise, c'est parfait pour mettre vos visiteurs à l'écran.
Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
Merci pour votre hospitalité, vous pouvez me rendre visite au poste quand vous voulez. Je me trouve dans l'antre d'un worm. On sait tous les deux pourquoi je suis ici, je viens grossir les rangs de votre horde. Non, non, non. Je ne dis pas que je suis corrompu, je suis rationnel.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a law man. Let's cut to the chase, shall we?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, detective?
J'ai tant l'air d'en avoir par-dessus la tête. Le mec, il nous regarde vraiment. Il regarde deux mecs qui essaient de jouer à qui est la plus grosse, quoi.
Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, keep the momentum up.
Voilà, je suis en sur 10.
Whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared.
Vous voulez pas savoir comment j'ai réussi à entrer?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age.
Vous voulez dire quoi par là? Je suis au top de mes capacités. La résistance et des aptitudes athlétiques de l'outil dont j'ai été doté.
You did look like you were gonna collapse and die when I told you about your lost Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Appelez Monsieur Dubois, pourquoi?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call...
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
C'est mon vrai nom?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
Non, ma mère se porte très bien. J'étais juste en train de vous tester.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his
Oh.
I guess word has already reached him. No matter. It's just a brown folder. You can't...
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mettons inspecter Eva par-dessus ses
Mr.
lunettes.
Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity, right?
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
92%.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file.
Ah, c'était bien d'avoir regardé un peu partout avant de lui parler.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in my...
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Ah oui, oui.
Census Bureau. Like I
Je me laisse pas avoir, vous savez, je suis clever.
I'm a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for
Et après le bureau du rançon, je m'appelle Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Je veux parler de la pendaison. J'ai entendu Joyce, la représentante de l'entreprise. Qu'est-ce qui se trouve dans le compte? Oh, t'as trop de questions. Il paraît que le syndicat est impliqué dans le trafic de drogue. Putain, je peux lui poser ça direct, quoi. Pourrait m'aider à faire descendre un cadavre d'un arbre.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder.
Eh oui.
Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Et j'ai étudié les traces de pas sur la scène de crime, elles appartiennent à des bottes d'ouvriers. C'est un représentant de la communauté, aidez-nous.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need. And Jean, please take it easy with the race science. That's a yes to getting the body down, no to the race science. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates. He's the big impressive one. You know, tattoos,
Ouais, j'ai déjà un peu parlé, ouais, je connais.
ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy.
Pas de la pendaison. Du coup, bon, qu'on est dedans.
That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk
Tâche secrète
about.
terminée.
Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Je sens qu'il y a un mais. Il y a rien à dire.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
Ok. C'est vrai que j'ai ouvert pas mal de portes au cours de ma carrière. Les rumeurs sont fausses, c'est vrai, ce n'est pas le cas. Kim, c'est vrai, est-ce qu'on a des machines à ouvrir les portes? C'est genre un mec qui se retourne en mode... Genre le naïf, quoi. C'est vrai? On a des machines pour ouvrir les portes? Les rumeurs sont fausses, c'est vrai, ce n'est pas le cas.
Oh, you're being too modest, my friend. But don't worry. This annoying thing I have is completely...
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Je sais pas, vous savez rien de la pendaison. Bon, très bien. Ben non, il sait plein de choses. Même s'il fait genre, il sait des choses, je pense. Bon, très bien. Surtout si c'est la bande de Rififi, là. Bon, très bien, je vais m'en occuper. Il faut absolument qu'on parle de ce meurtre. Acceptez la tâche. Pourquoi vous ne l'ouvrez pas vous-même?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help.
Elle appartient à qui cette
What will it
porte?
be, Harry? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Vous entendez quoi par fouinard?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take... You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Ok. J'ai rencontré Joyce, la représentante dans l'entreprise.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Pals! We are all pals!
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. I'm not a jealous guy.
Qu'est-ce qui arrive au négociateur précédent, Monsieur Gaumont?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Lors de la négociation précédente, il a fait des concessions. Il a fait des concessions pour l'entreprise. Pourquoi avez-vous laissé partir un allié comme ça?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
On l'a traité de nabo.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
On a dit que l'ancienne patronne du syndicat a disparu dans des circonstances suspectes.
Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting.
Ah, bien sûr, bien sûr, bien sûr.
Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Mais c'est de l'ironie en fait.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
This particular brand of humor he has, it makes for a fine distract. If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
Ah bah oui. Pourquoi vous n'avez pas laissé entrer pour venir vous voir?
Actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
Ouais, bien sûr, bien sûr.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a complete... I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everard doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Qu'est-ce que tu trouves dans le conteneur devant votre bureau?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Ce conteneur n'est pas comme les autres, il était accroché à la grue Calvesdoon.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious...
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Pas que le syndicat est impliqué dans le trafic de drogue locale.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
Je ne ferai pas de commentaires. C'est une façon de dire peut-être. Peut-être. Alors, peut-être. Je ne ferai pas de commentaires.
Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must, and let's change the...
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Ouais, ça l'énerve en fait. Ça l'énerve qu'on qu'on investigate là-dessus.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
C'est la tempête! Ah! Parlons de mon arme perdue.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone.
Ok.
Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And
Je ne
work
donnerai aucun chantage pour cette histoire d'arme.
only way to do it.
Harry! I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
J'en avais une en vrai, mais bon, il y avait ma gueule quoi. Il y avait pas ma gueule dessus. Ok. Ah là, ah oui d'accord, je vois pour quelle porte de quelle porte il me parle. Mais à qui ça peut appartenir?
You're back before the cargo can.
On repart par où là? Ah, par l'appart. Ok.
The file cabinet stands the drawers.
Ah, voilà. Ok. Ah oui, on atterrit là. Ok. Faut que je lui demande la clé déjà.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
C'est une belle utopie travailliste.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
J'attends que tu me le dises.
Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
Je suis un opportuniste. J'ai entendu parler d'une fouine, ça ressemblerait pas à une fouine polaire, du coup, si tu vois ce que je veux dire. Je l'ouvre pas pour moi, je l'ouvre pour les travailleurs.
I knew this man was a commie. And it's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks.
Allez, niveau supérieur.
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling and rags. That's all I know.
Okay, but where did you get the key?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about none of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff.
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
Il y a une idée qui a tué le
The
pendu.
mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Une sangle souvent utilisée dans les sangles de transport, par exemple,
What
les
a
ports.
thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of
Ou c'est
course.
comment?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Comment ça?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Est-ce que tu l'as tué?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men.
He's not lying.
Understood. This has been of limited use.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad
Est-ce que
it's
tu sais
my
quelque chose sur la bande à
Those
Hardy?
Hardys? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but they're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you. We're negotiating our share. Aye.
Donc c'est une histoire de salaire ou de retraite?
This stuff, they already covered.
Tu ne devrais pas être reconnaissant, c'est beaucoup plus qu'on a la plupart des gens du coin. Au moment où vous aurez les bénéfices, c'est déjà quelque chose. Pas par le coin de nourriture que tu donnes aux loups.
It's not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us all of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
Tu es un communiste?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Mais puisque tu fais le... Mais puisque... Mais puisque ce que tu... Ouais, ça va bientôt arrêter si tu sais plus lire. Mais ce que tu fais, tu fais ces lignes admirablement bien avec la République mondiale. Pourquoi ne te qualifies-tu pas de communiste?
I have nothing against communists. They are honorable boyaderos. And they have good analysis. But my own code serves me well. If my code starts failing, a code can fail a man as well as a man can fail a code, then I will have to submit to a new one. Which may well...
He knows who he is, firmly grounded, has no need to reinforce or elaborate his political identity to himself or others.
On dirait que tu es un communiste qui pense qu'il en a pas fait assez pour être appelé ainsi.
See, I am primarily a lazy person.
Que peux-tu me dire sur lui?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
C'est un vrai asset, non.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism...
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Tu sembles avoir passé beaucoup de temps à réfléchir sur la situation politique.
Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code. Itself
La coolitude de Verspine.
That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions.
Peut-être que je suis un boyadero.
No.
Mais peut-être que... Et si... Mais je pourrais... Mais à moins que... Non.
The man sits on the railing.
Non. J'ai gagné un point. Ok. Alors, est-ce qu'on n'irait pas... Est-ce qu'on va monter... Est-ce qu'on monte quelque chose? Ou est-ce qu'on va se chercher... Le sud de Krasmazov. Ah, moi, communiste, moi. Ah non, attends. Je vais lui demander, là. Eh, mec!
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront International Capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure.
Je crois que t'as pas compris la définition de communiste. On n'est pas des individualistes en fait. Ça... Mon truc c'est la réponse D. D, la réponse D.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from?
Ça vient du disco.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race.
Putain, j'ai eu un succès Steam. Dites cette réplique de super flic dérangé. Yes.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
C'est le Seminoles.
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
Alors vous venez vraiment bien des îles.
No, I have heard about it on the radio.
Vous n'êtes pas vraiment Séménès, vous êtes juste de Révechol.
I'm from Couronne, and no, it is not just in Révechol.
Ah, je l'ai perturbé là.
The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinct.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
Tellement ça.
That will be the.
C'est notre raciste porte-bonheur.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. So it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic prowess to reach my superior. Then had him give me an order. I salute you.
You're so noble, mate.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
This is the uncomfortable result of not.
Listen to your little friend. He
Ok,
is
ok, on
wise
attend.
and he's
On reste.
babe. See that they stay here the whole time.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Pourquoi vous êtes avec Josh Caboche? Ouais, si la loi, c'est nous.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
Ah, la P-word.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Il est en train de casser l'arbre. Au moins, t'es sûr que le pendule est descendu, il casse l'arbre.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now?
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Oh là là. Ouh, Kim, oulala. Ouais, je suis un flic incroyablement corrompu. Je me corromps dès que j'en ai l'occasion. Ce sont pas vos affaires.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself.
Il n'y a pas eu de quoi en choisir, on a accompli nos devoirs pour maintenir l'ordre.
And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
Putain, je peux pas aller chercher ce qu'elle a derrière parce que tant que j'aurai pas... Non, je n'accepterai pas de suivre ces pensées de merde à l'autre là. Ouais, faut que j'aille ouvrir la porte là déjà. C'est vrai.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
En conceptualisation, je crois que j'ai des trucs. Non. Boum.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Because
Allez.
you see it, finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
Quoi? What?
Oh, Wallfather.
Kim, je dois peindre ce mur, lui insuffler encore plus de beauté.
Hein?
Kim en mode. Hein? Quoi?
He sounds tired of it all.
Tout cela semble épuisé. Je le comprends tellement. Le mec, il vient pour résoudre une enquête policière. Il se tape à un mec qui veut repeindre des murs. Parce que il veut poser la beauté universelle sur ce mur, quoi.
Cindy the Skull has all the necessary materials. Talk to her.
Je sais que vous êtes crevé, Kim, mais jetez un œil à ce mur. Nourrissez-vous de sa beauté.
Sure.
Faut que je parle à Cindy pour qu'elle me donne les bons substances. Il a abandonné. Il a abandonné. Et en mode, oh putain. Et en mode, oh, mais pourquoi? C'est vrai qu'il est vraiment en mode, mais pourquoi, quoi?
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against you. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You try to be as silent as you can. Finally, the door unlocks with a... There's nothing else to do than to leave and tell Everard. There might be important information in...
Mais l'autre, il sait tout. En fait, c'est toi le problème, c'est que Everett, il sait tout de nos moindres faits et gestes et il nous a demandé de ne pas rentrer dedans. Rentre dedans. C'est la police ou c'est pas la police, là? Puis des plein de vêtements des invités loge ici. Un intime, le monde caché des phasmes est ouvert. Vous sentez presque la chaleur du soleil rouge sur le drapeau. C'est quoi ce soleil? Le miracle du soleil septuple. Hein? C'est quoi?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Révechol got its flag.
The tenant isn't...
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing. The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like...
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-dedans? Une chemise plus 1 en logique. Ok. Chemise blanche impeccable et repasser les gens sérieux se l'arrachent. Surtout ceux qui travaillent dans un bureau interisolaire. Une trace d'urine ou de sperme à déplorer pour l'instant. Pas comme celle-là, quoi. Non, celle-là, quoi. J'ai une 1 en logique avec celle-là. Ok. Et là, c'est un en dramatique. C'est une qui admire le héros musclé et blond. Les chambres sans le désinfectant, l'odeur ressemble aussi à des produits chimiques.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf.
Oh!
Each one depicts
C'est celui avec le mug!
a dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols, a broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainful in the way the images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering characters. The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
Un truc typique de connard.
This person is unhappy. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Dégainez votre tasse de l'homme jaune et comparez.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking line.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
Et donc du coup, ça veut dire qu'il a la clé, ça veut dire que c'est un éboueur. C'est-à-dire qu'il a peut-être des infos sur le meurtre.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues? Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out...
You could ask Everard who this person is.
Là, comme quoi, pénétrer à l'intérieur ne fut pas une mauvaise idée. Finalement. Il est bientôt 21h. On pourra bientôt aller parler à l'autre aussi, là. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait avec le cadavre, lui? Ah, il se planque. Oh, il a vraiment pété l'arbre, quoi. Oh mon dieu. Il va faire une putain de crise cardiaque. On va chercher des pinceaux en attendant 21h, tiens.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Est-ce que c'est pas l'art pour le corps?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time. No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Ah, on sait donc que les gants sont dans le village en bas. On peut pas y aller avant demain, avant mercredi.
What for?
Je rénove mon intérieur, c'est relou mais nécessaire pour mon automotrice. L'apocalypse approche de prévenir les gens. Pour l'art, au nom de l'art, tu piges?
Well, if it's for art, but what kind of art are we talking about?
Du grand art, de l'art de luxe, artiste à souhait formidable au possible et surtout.
Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
Écraser ainsi les rêves d'un homme, j'espère que ça te rend heureuse.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you.
Oh non.
You suck in life and...
They do say the painter always paints his own. No, it's great.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo.
Si j'ai ajouté une danse subjective.
Stop.
Ouais. Vraiment.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Oh, but I'm all...
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Tu peux utiliser la peinture?
Are you kidding me? It is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian.
Kim, mon ami, est-ce que vous serez prêt à sacrifier une partie de votre mazout au nom de l'art?
My fuel oil is for my kinema. Use your own fuel if you are unable to contain your artistic impulses, but please, leave my kinema out of it.
Un pinceau. Tout du mazout portant la... Je trouve ça ouf. Ça va être 21 h. Ah, peut-être le mazout, peut-être, comment ça s'appelle? Au niveau des bouchons.
This door is made. No one answered.
We should return tomorrow.
C'est 21 h.
This door is made of metal. No one answered.
We should return tomorrow.
Mais il est 21 h, Kim. Demain à 21 h, vraiment.
This door is made. No one.
We should return.
Oh. Comment on descend là? Là où? Kim, pousse-toi. Non, on va aller près du bouchon. Mais non, mais il m'aurait peut-être déjà indiqué si j'avais trouvé déjà du mazout. Le corps, on ira le voir demain, je pense. Un peu avant d'aller se coucher, je sais pas. Ah, c'est vrai que je peux reparler avec lui là, pour lui montrer la photo. Ah, il est tard, il est plus là. T'as du mazout? Ah, tu peux me prêter du mazout?
Now it's turning into a kind of a...
T'as pas de mazout, mec? Quelqu'un a du mazout? Vas-y. Donnez-moi du mazout. Ils sont peut-être partis maintenant, là, les... Ah non. Salut, Izzy.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes, in the way she stands.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men. I've got nothing. I said.
Even though she has excellent control.
No. Talk.
Ooh.
You see a heavy...
Fuck.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that cover...
Oh putain, j'ai pas de projection si puissant en projection analytique.
You see a set of tires...
Non. Voir Kuno.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
Et quoi? Arrête d'utiliser ce mot. Il appartient au passé à Kipt. Il n'y a que les attardés qui utilisent ce langage. Félicitations, Kuno, tu fais de toi un attardé.
Stop choking, Kuno! The faggot wanna choke.
Ah, je t'ai trollé, mais alors?
Kuno's not fucking choking.
Je t'ai fait taire. C'est ça pour ça utiliser des mots réactionnaires.
Like fuck you did. Kuno's gonna keep saying Kipt forever now. Kipt. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Now let's talk normal shit.
Ah, maintenant tu vas avoir une conversation normale, hein?
Yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Ask normal shit, please.
J'ai parlé de l'armure de Madonna. Oh, j'ai une petite tâche terminée au reste de l'armure. Il m'a dit que tu avais promis de lâcher les poulets sur lui.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jelly.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Comme tu voudras, gamin.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to.
Yeah, real interesting.
The fuck about it? Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
Tantujan. Il s'agrippe soudain la tête quand il s'est pris d'une violente douleur au crâne. Le mec, il essaie de dire un mot à plus de 3 voyelles. À plus de 3. Putain, j'ai. Oula. Oulala, plus de 3 voyelles. Oulala. Mon cerveau, il a mal là. Faut qu'on arrête là. Hein. Oulala.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oui, c'est ce que je suis en train de dire. T'es un abruti.
Get the fuck out of here calling Kuno stupid. Pigs come to Kuno for.
They're lost without you, Kuno. They need you. You're in control.
Why don't you figure your.
Maybe we should.
Just a couple of.
Yeah, you tell.
Probably climbed. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Révechol. Kuno wasn't.
The city's too large for him to have left. But he wasn't here either. So where was he?
Mes parents ont quitté la ville, où t'es-tu?
Told you, pig bacon. Kuno doesn't do reach fucking Mesk. Or, I don't know, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Ah ouais, tu joues à Cyberpunk?
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
T'étais en train de lire le livre de Cyberpunk?
Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And
lame.
That's the name of Kuno's city, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up.
You're get lost, Kuno.
Ok. Le cadavre est là maintenant. On va arrêter là, du coup. Vu que le cadavre est là, on va s'arrêter là. Boum. Sauvegarder. Boum. Voilà, on a pas mal avancé. Putain, on a avancé dans l'histoire principale. Truc de fou quand même. Hein. Après avoir fait tout ce qui était presque tout ce qui était possible à faire de secondaire dans la première zone. Wouh. Ça nous aura seulement fallu plusieurs heures, quoi. On est déjà à combien d'heures de jeu? 15 heures. Ah, d'accord. Ah, d'accord. Il nous aura fallu 15 heures pour ça. Yes, yes, yes. Bon, en tout cas, mon cher YouTube, on se dit bisous. Non, pas bisous. Et à la prochaine.